sneeze, but I think it's gone. That's that. It's a shame Borough didn't get a centre forward. Looks like Borough needed a winger as backup for Isaiah Jones. That's with Stefan right away. He just popped in with that. I'm ready to go live any minute. Yeah, we'll come back to them. We've just got a minute to go. So, yeah, as Isaiah said, hold on a wee minute. That's a problem, isn't it? That's always a problem. We'll bring it back down, just hold on. It's like the, I don't know what's happening there. There we go, sorry about that. We're back. The sponsor boards are falling all over the place. Can't help that. Anyway, disappointment. We're going to go live now, so we're bang on, so we're alright. Let's see. Go live here and then we're on. That's what happens when it's live, things go wrong. Hi, it's Bernie Slavin. Thanks for joining me on YouTube and Facebook Live. And thanks as always to the sponsors. I've written them down in a yellow one so I don't miss it. Cleveland Systems Engineering, Galaxy Blinds, Ultimate Windows, Cornerstone, Ocean Lighting, Dovecot, Advanced Utility Solutions, GRS Insulation, and TGM Cars. Thank you for your support. Was at the game today. Went into the game with no recognised strikers. There was a lot of similarities. We went in inconsistent, as did Sunderland. Obviously they've changed things, get rid of Mugger, brought in Bale. So both teams inconsistent, neither brought in a striker. Yeah, and both huffed and puffed throughout the season. It's a game that, before the game, I was actually predicting a draw. To my pals, I was saying I think it'll be a draw today. And it proved it was a tight affair. First half, we were the better team. First half, Sunderland was the better team. I have to be fair here. Sunderland were the better team. They looked a bit stronger, created chances, should have scored a definite goal when Clark, the winger, who caused havoc down there right, created a few chances. And the one he put in the plate for the lad and he hits it, it was cleared off the line. I don't know how he missed it, but I was grateful for it being a Borough fan. And then in the second half, there's no doubt there's been a few words exchanged at half time with Carrick and co. And we come out a more upbeat side, more aggressive, more fired up. Treated it like a derby game as opposed to the first half. And then we scored, we got the breakthrough. 61 minutes, Foz, it was a ricochet, came to Foz. He flicked it up with his left, he's hit it in the right with his right foot. Great goal, great finish. And it looked as if we were on our way. Then all of a sudden, we make a few changes. I didn't see us improving any with the changes. If anything, Sunderland came into the game. And then lo and behold, Clark, who we'd kept quiet, who had caused havoc in the first half, out in the left wing. We kept him quiet for the first half hour. All of a sudden, he gets the ball, he comes alive, he cuts inside, beats a couple of players, plays it inside right. Our left back doesn't go to squeeze the ball. The defender doesn't come to squeeze the ball. He gets it and he hits it. And when he hits it, I've watched it a couple of times before I come on here. Glover should save it. He'll know he should have saved it. And it ended up 1 each. I think that's a fair reflection on the way the game panned out. Was I disappointed? Definitely. After Rotherham and after Chelsea disaster, I was looking for a return to form and get the 3 points because it's a home game. And we did do them 4-0 up there. But it wasn't to be. So really it was a bit of a damp squib derby for me. I still did. His derby's lost its appeal. I think that we've got certain lads in our team, I don't know about so much Sunderland, local lads, they know the importance of derbies, but I'm not so sure a lot of the players do. You know, you used to see blood and thunder and guts and they'd leave the lot out there. Don't really see that now. I love the football side of it, but I love the aggressive side as well, and there wasn't a lot of today. We'll go into these. I've got loads to read, but I'll go through the main man's here. Leslie Coates, dear God, why sell Coburn? Why Sam Callum, sorry, when you lose Rodgers and don't bring any new players in for David Jackson? Well, David, you know, I've read through some of the texts and the messages and whatever. I says on here 3 weeks ago, I didn't think we'd bring in a centre forward. I said Rodgers, my gut was Rodgers would go and he would go last minute. It happened like that. Maybe I'm a mystic Meg, maybe I've got a crystal ball and I look, but that's what I thought would happen. I mean, it happened, I wasn't surprised. Kavanagh, I thought would go. I didn't think we'd go now, probably go in the summer. But with Rodgers gone and young Callum, Kavanagh gone, and Latilaf injured, and Coburn carrying an injury, and no centre forward, don't understand it. I don't understand the thought process. I don't understand it. And people out there that say, and I've heard them today, great business. Great business. For the football club, great business. Have a lad 6 months, 21-year-old, bring him in for the future. 6 months he's gone, so he's obviously, people say, but he's not really set the header alight. He's not really been doing the business. Don't you kid yourself that if I was just watching him 6 months at Middlesbrough, they would have earmarked him 6 years ago and watched his progress, know what he's about, what he's got. And he confirmed that when he scored against Chelsea. It was a great goal he scored down there. That was a great goal. But getting rid of those guys and not bringing anybody in, I think, well, I just think it's a restatement that we ain't, it's no statement of intent, it's another statement of we ain't really going anywhere this season. My gut is we ain't getting top 6, and with the lack of transfer activity and lack of strike force, that confirms it for me. You know, I don't want to sound miserable and downbeat, but that's the reality. I told you I'm a realist, not a fantasist. So for me, not getting a striker in, we're looking for trouble, just like we did against Chelsea, fanning about the back and get done 6. We're not going to a striker. Today, 2 shots on target. Do you know what? I only counted one, that was a goal. I can't even remember the other one. Are we counting the one that Azaz hit that he should have scored when Greenwood went up first half, hit it, keeper parried it? I mean, he should have did better, but the keeper's parried it and Azaz came in and should have side-footed it. It was on the floor and he blazed it over the bar. Yeah, so let's sometimes you invite pressure on yourself. Hello, Bernie Joseph Slavin, you okay and well? Hi, Mohammed, yeah, mate. Dropped 2 points. Sad we sold Morgan Rogers. The club much look at a free agent like Dwight Gale or Negredo, who's on a free. Dwight Gale, I heard his name getting up. You know, he's out of the game, isn't he? So he would be able to come on a free or whatever. But I still question why we didn't go for the likes of that Longstaff, the lad for Notts County, the lad who banged in 40 last season. Yeah, they're a couple of divisions below. I was from a couple of divisions below, from a team, Obscurity Albion Rovers. It works. It was worth a punt. What, $1.5 million? Peanuts. But for every reason, we didn't get a forward in. And for me, you're just asking for trouble. We're asking for trouble. Seen you at the forum the other week. Thank you, Amy. We were there. Amy, yeah, you know why I was there? Because Paul Merson never turned up. And I got the late call and I was up in the hills with my dogs and I dashed there and I did a bit with Higgy and Big Pammy. Pallister. It was a great night, good audience, funny. Bernie, the Wolfman legend. Trev, hiya Trev. For me, a goalkeeper cost the Borough 3 points with bad goalkeeping. Yeah, the goalkeeper's boobed. Can he sit here and defend? Indefensible. Near post, the lad never hit it cleanly. And where I was sitting, left hand side of the goal, midway, I think it's hit the side netting. I don't really believe he's hit it well enough for it to go in. And I did think it was going to hit the side net. Next minute I see it hitting the back of the net. Poor goal to concede, but we have to don't just blame the keeper. The keeper was last, he carries the can for the last shot in the goal. But it comes for the lad Clark on the left. He beats a couple of players as if they're not there, switches it, and when he switches it, we're backing off. We're not going and squeezing the ball and closing the ball down. We're inviting, have a shot, and the lad hits a shot and he scores. John Eustace are going Huddersfield as manager, Neil Warnock in Aberdeen. John Eustace going Huddersfield as manager. Oh, right, okay. Neil Warnock's going to Aberdeen. Wow. We need the one. A draw is no good to either team. Well, it's a better draw for Sunderland because they went into the game 3 points above us. I still can't believe Sunderland's above us. I mean, I didn't see it today to think, wow, they're a great team. But then again, I didn't see it to Borough that highlighted we're a great team. For me, it was 2 run-of-the-mill, I'm being blunt now, run-of-the-mill championship sides that's going to finish top half of the table. That's about it. I don't see either getting in the playoffs. There's 4 or less out of the 6 positions, in my opinion, gone, or more or less there, and there's about 12 clamouring for 2 places. Chris Andrews says, I'm fuming, Bernie. Why are we not trying to start with a striker? Even put Foz up front and come with that as well. The team selection was poor. I got question. The team selection was poor tonight. I got to question the medical staff. So we're talking about injuries now. Let's go back to Foz. I hear people, and people's been telling me for the last, and he scored a great goal today, great goal. But people's been saying to me, because we don't get anybody in, Foz is the best striker at the club. Where's the qualifications? Where's the ID for that? What says Foz is the best striker at our club. He's came here and he's played on the wing since he arrived. The games he's played wide. If he's that good, surely guys like Latty Laugh who scored 5 and Coburn who scored 5, surely they're not keeping him out if he's the best striker. So for me to identify and say he's the best striker at the club, where are you getting that from? Are you making it up in your head? Because I ain't seen it. Today was a great goal. But there's guys that score great goals who are not great goal scorers. He might be one of them, but I've not seen it. I don't see his credentials when I look back over his career that he's prolific, blow everybody away. I don't see it. So either you're kidding yourself on and try to kid everybody else on, but I've not seen it as yet. So we're going in blind faith. It's like people saying, somebody says they keep the faith. I've heard that for 13 years, keep the faith. The players have to keep the faith, not the fans, the players. The fans were great again today, both sides of supporters, It sounded like it was a derby environment. So both sets of fans got right behind their sides. Both went mental when they scored. But going back to Foz, if he's that good, why is he playing on the right and why has he been out there? And when he goes up front, his game changes because he's back to 2 hairy-ass centre-backs. He'll be getting kicked in. He's fast. He's direct. But he's a goal scorer. I don't know. Maybe you go and watch him at training. But unfortunately, training doesn't count. People don't pay to watch training. Still think we struggle, Bernie, for John, without a doubt, yeah. Get your boots back on, Bernie. I joked during the week, Trev, because my gut was, I don't know, I'm not privy to it. And I would never ask, if I knew, I know some people at the club, I would never ask who's going, who's coming, what about this, what about that. I'm not into all that. I use my own noggin and my own, I was going to say saneness, insanity, what I think. But I go with my gut, and I did think we'll sell Rodgers. He's I thought he's going to go. It'll be last minute stuff. We won't have any time to spend it, and that'll be it. And that's exactly what's happened. So either I'm Mystic Meg or my gut's really true. Wish I had you up front, not as county striker on. Yeah, the not as county striker. Yeah, obviously we've mentioned him. Still need a striker, but Sam. If people at our football club, Middlesbrough, don't know we need a striker, we really are in deep trouble. A blind man, not being disrespectful, a blind man, a guy with a blindfold on, or a woman, blindfold on, could see we need a striker. 2 shots on target today. I think we had 2 or 3 against Rotherham the other week. It's not good enough. Is 2 shots good enough in a derby game to win it? No. Did he deserve to win? No. Didn't deserve to beat. A draw's a fair reflection. Both teams never invested in strikers. Both teams huffed and puffed, played a lot of stuff, but in the last third they were hopeless. So apparently Cav went for his attitude. Andrew Burns, again, it's a bit of tittle-tattle, Andrew. You hearing that? Where do you hear that from? I've never heard a player leaving Middlesbrough. I concentrate in Middlesbrough, forget their clubs. I've never heard a player leaving Middlesbrough when the club take responsibility. It's always the player's fault. Always. Oh, he wanted to leave. He wanted away. Oh, he's this. He's bad. Da, da, da. That's just a tag they get labelled with. He might have. I don't know. But if Cav was, I didn't think we'd go this window. I thought he'd go in this season. I didn't think his days were numbered. But he went, and to let 2 of them go centre forwards when we've got 2 injured is balmy. For me, it's ludicrous. Nonsensical. Has anybody come out and says why? I read Michael Carrick's, I don't read on the social network, I don't buy papers. I seen a wee bit in a quote from Michael Carrick saying that he was more than happy with the business he done in January. Do I believe him? Of course I don't. Of course I don't. If you believe him, you're off your head. He can't come out and say it publicly because that's part of the gig. You sign a contract, you can't come out and say it against the club or against this and that. You can just like mugger up the road or you get the tin tack. But I don't believe him for a minute. I read a quote a couple of weeks ago where he says, oh, we'll see how the injuries go. We hope to bring in a forward. And if Latty still out. And, well, Latty is still out. Should have got Troy Deeney and can still pick him up today. He would put the ball in the net with chances we're missing. Leslie, I think I like him. I've seen him as a pundit. I like him. He's a straight talker. I like him. He's a sort of Cockney white boy. He was a great striker. Over 100 odd goals for Watford. Great career. But recently with his wee bit of management slandering the lad publicly, I didn't like that. When you're in charge of a team, you cannot go public. You know, he had the right go at the kid. He got the sack over it. So maybe not the brightest, and there's a time and place for venting your spleen, but if he's manager and trying to get players going, he can tell the kid to his face, you're not good enough, or you're not doing it, you're not pulling up trees. But to go public when he's just in the door, I know he's probably trying to make a statement that I'm the manager and flex his muscles, but we're doing that early doors, so early into his managerial career or coaching career, he's got the sack. It's not food. It's not good business until we replace Rodgers with a joke. Look, it's good business if I'm Steve Gibson, who I respect greatly, chief executive. If I'm in their position, it's absolutely magnificent business. I'm a fan now. You're a fan. You're a fan. It's not good business for the fans. It's not good business for the team. And it's not good business for Carrick, because his head's on the block. If we continue missing goals and not getting them in another couple of injuries, and we start sliding down the league, Carrick's under pressure. And he might have nothing to do with it because he's not got the tools to work with. But he's the guy that's hung out there. Do you think Marcus Foz is fit as worth it goes along striker? But Malcolm Skidmore, hi Malcolm. No, I've given my opinion on Foz. Look, when he's played, he scored a few goals since he arrived. Is he prolific? He's not showed any evidence he is. Has he got a prolific pass? Not really. I've looked at his goals. So this best finisher, I don't know where it comes from. But there's nobody keeping him out for up front at the minute. And if he's that good, why have we been playing him on the right? Why are we playing him on the right? If there was somebody in the middle banging in 25 goals, don't forget we're in February. And we're top scorer, but the top scorer, Rodgers, was one of them. He's gone. 5 goals each. Coburn and Latty laugh. Now, if he's keeping Foz out, he can't be that good. I don't watch him at training. Some of you might watch him at training. Maybe Carrick's watching him at training and thinks he's not good enough. I'll tell you a story about centre forwards. I used to say Michael Ricketts. You remember Michael Ricketts? Big lad. Great appetite for the pantry, no, for football. If he had appetite for the football, he did the pantry, he'd have been a great player. But he, supposedly, I used to give him, hold on, what happened to Hop? Oh, I don't know. Hop was meant to be a forward, yeah. He hopped off. That's another one that wasted money. Yeah, so I'm doing my radio duties at the time. With Ali Brownlee, God rest him. We're talking about Middlesbrough, we're talking about the strike force. I'm talking about Ricketts slow at turning and missing chances. And then Steve Round, who's now at the Arsenal, I think he's still there. He was the striking coach at Middlesbrough, despite being a defender, never scored a goal in his life. He says to Ali, tell Bernie he's the best striker we've got at the club. I watch these every game. I never seen it. He had a good gig at Bolton under Sam Allardyce. He got an England cap through that. I never seen it at Middlesbrough. And thought, so he must have been watching training because it wasn't happening live in the games, because I was at every game under Ali. So that's what you're getting. Clubs can get he's good enough to move up. Yeah, let's see. Can Borough bring in loan players in? Andrew, yeah, I'm sure they can bring loan players in. I'm sure what the likes, if you're a free transfer and you're not connected to any club, why not? I thought Greenwood chased everything. He did. Julie Henry, aye, Julie. Met Julie the day before the game. Yeah, he did. Greenwood was getting a lot of the plaudits in the lounge today, the Legends Lounge. When we went off, there was nothing. We lost our way, but see, this is the thing. We scored a goal, we're in the ascendancy, then we changed. I think 3 came off, 3 went on. And look, hindsight's a wonderful thing. Could have went another way and we scored 2 or 3, but we didn't. So that's why we're talking about it. And they came into the game. I think it disrupted the flow. We had them where we wanted them. First half we couldn't get a hold of them, then we've got a hold of them. We scored the goal. As I say, we're in the ascendancy, we're going for it, but look the more positive side, and then all of a sudden 3 on, 3 off. It disrupts the flow, and then obviously they scored. You're a realist, Bernie. Only once did you go from being a realist, is when you thought Borough could get a result at Chelsea. Leslie, I says we could, if we went a goal up, we could win it. But I said if we could get done, we did get done. But I'll tell you what we did today, we didn't funny about the back as much today. We did the odd time, but a lot of times we hit it long. But it's better than messing about and getting caught. Liam Bell, I agree about Longstaff, Bernie. As I say, People alerted me 3-4 weeks ago. I delved in and looked at him, what his background. He's from Stockton. He's 26. He's worked the lad who been on league clubs. Will be a tough lad. He'll be a hungry lad. Record goal scorer at Notts County. Cost peanuts. 21 goals this season. And I've never heard one mention of him. Not one mention from Middlesbrough. We should get Longstaff, Chris Andrews. Where was the left back? The left back never went to close the ball and allowed the lad to lift his head, have a shot. But even at that, it's still a poor shot. But as I say, when Clark cuts in, somebody should have stopped his flow, bring him down, whatever. He beats a couple of men as if they're not, pings it wide. The left back sleeps in. Lad gets it, hits it. I think it was a bit of a shank. I'd never hit it as sweet as he probably wished. And it was in. Right to bring the 3 subs on. Obviously, you've just joined us, Craig. No, in hindsight, it's a wonderful thing, but obviously it wasn't right because we were on the up. We were doing the business. They had looked as if they were shot. And another thing, we're making 3 subs. We had 10 days off. I heard this nonsense getting mentioned with Borough fans after we had done 6 with Chelsea. Oh, they've had 10 days off. We've played. Sunderland played not so long ago. We had 10 days off. We didn't really need a rest. 3 players come on, 3 on. It's them that needed to make the subs because they've been playing regular. We had 10 days off. So I don't see how we'd have need to freshen up that much. If we were Sunderland, possibly, but us, no. We're becoming very frustrating to watch at present, Bernie, especially at home. 2 points dropped when in control of the game, but we don't kill games off like last year. But Paul, it's a fair point, Paul, but we can't kill them off if we've not got a striker. We've not got a ruthless, hard-nosed, clinical, composed finisher. We're rash, we're rushed, even the goal today wasn't made. I can't remember who actually hit it, and it deflected into Foz, and Foz's adjustment was fantastic. The fencing was awful, he never closed them down, but he flicked it up with his left, he's had it with his right, he's turned, and it's a great finish. But it was a bit of a freak. It was a bit of magic. But it wasn't made, it wasn't a ball into the wing and there you go. But yeah, we don't kill games off because we're not good enough. Richard Pierce says, great to see you today, Bernie. And like we both said, a massive lack of intent. I'm just hopeful we get some of these players, this is for Richard. Back from injury and a national duty draw today was a fair result and was 2 bang average mid-table championship team. Yeah, that's a fair reflection. We've seen the same game. Glover should have saved the goal, but we get caught lately, Bernie. Yeah, he should have. The lad will know that. He's last in line, near post, bit of a distance. Guy doesn't hit it properly. Should have got down better. Should have padded it around the post, but he never. Bernie, you could see the goal coming 10 minutes before they scored. Because we weren't marking Roberts or the goal. Yeah, Roberts came off the bench, didn't he? Scorer plus with the speed they had. Why were we still playing out from the back when they closed us down so fast? Oh, there was a few times. I think we've been sloppy, mate. Sloppy, yeah. No, there was times, as I say, wasn't as prominent and as evident as Chelsea, which was ridiculous. But we still did a wee bit of messing about. And you're right. I mean, we gave a couple of stupid free kicks away. We had them in the corner and we're pushing them. Still playing out for the back. We're not good enough for it. We'll keep doing it. Carrick says we keep doing it, that's fine. But if I'm a player out there and I'm getting ridiculed and I'm giving bad balls away and hospital balls when you give a short pass and somebody gets done. And that other rule, I've heard people saying it, but I've seen it again today. Twice I've seen it today, 3 times. Why change 3 subs? That slowed us down, barely 3 kicks around the ball. I says that. This rule where the linesman keeps his flag down and lets the play go on when he knows it's offside, then it carries on for another 10 yards and then he puts up his flag. I nearly see 2 bad injuries today. And both Middlesbrough players would have been injured. But he's let it play, he knows it's off, but that's the rules. I don't know who it favours. And I can't remember who it was. Was it Greenwood? And the keeper clattered him. Could have been badly injured because of stupidity. If he's offside, get up right away. Only good footballers pray from the back, mate. Yeah, Brazil. But remember Brazil, the great Brazil. one of the great Brazil, playing against Italy, and they were full of messing about the back because they're all great footballers and comfortable in the ball, and they played Italy, and Paolo Rossi got a hat-trick because they were fanning about the back. But she have scored twice, first half, poor finishing. They had a couple of, Sunderland had a couple, well, they had one effort when Clark came in. No, there was one Clark got the ball turned and hit it straight to the keeper. The keeper just put both hands up and they saved it. And then there was another one, Clark came in for the left. Did they give it to, no. Was it Bellingham? I think Bellingham had an effort. Then it came to Clark, they played it to the lad at the back stick. It's a tap and the whole goal's there. We've got one player in the line and they hit the player. Credit to the player for being there, but dear God, bad finishing. Look, we are just a mediocre club. It's all about money. Nobody is blind. Don't effing kid yourself. Well, Steve, when I hear people talking, I do think they are. I just think they don't want to know. They don't like the truth. They don't want to hear it. They're so caught in this fantasy planet and world, and they're delusional. Some of them are that. Jeff Taggart says, Bernie, a failure to bring a striker in the transfer market will cost us a playoff place. In that first half, we've had nothing up front, particularly we never looked like scoring when equalised. We didn't. Other teams we play from the back look close us down like Huddersfield did, Bernie. Look, I think we've got away with a lot of times this season. I've not missed a game. I've watched every game, whether it's live or at the telly, whatever. And we do play it. And when it works good. But when it doesn't, you just get off the hook by the skin of your teeth. It's inevitable you're going to start chucking them in. Unfortunately, Benny Carrick needs to realise we are not Man City and do away with the playing from the back. We don't have the players and just makes us look stupid. That's from Andrew Smith. Cheers, Andrew. But look, a few questions here. Is 2 shots on target enough to win a game? When Borough were on the ascendancy and scored the goal and dominating, should we have made 3 subs? This is somebody that's asked me this. Isaiah Jones didn't feature today. Have we got an outlet? Have we got an outlet with a bit of pace? Is a lack of pace and no goal scorer arriving in January going to kill our intents of finishing the top 6? Well, I'll answer that one, yeah. Of course it is. With no threat up top, and do you think that FFP with the Rodgers money will now keep Hackney for another season? I don't know the answer to that, Lee, but hey, we're a selling club. That's what we are. We've never hidden that fact. I think that's public knowledge. Hackney, if a team comes in the summer with decent money, he'll be off. Finn Azaz, what's that? Has lit the place up 2 million. We could have got a striker. Yeah, so Azaz is saying we could have got a striker with that money. Hey, Piero, we could have bought a striker. Where's Piero now? Is he back in Argentina? Nobody talks about him. He was a 5 million flop. 5 million quid. And that was under the regime now, the people who's picking the talent. Nobody mentions that. That just goes on the ball. We didn't sign him, it didn't happen. Of course it did. £5 million down the River Tees. Not good enough. Mistakes-ridden season so far. Last season when we would score 2 or 3. Simon Smith says, do you think Coburn has gone backwards in the last 2 years since he broke into the team and scored against Spurs 2 years ago? To Simon Smith. I think he's been bulked up by the club on purpose to compete with the Championship defenders, but now he's slow with the extra weight. What do you think? My honest opinion, I think the lad's done brilliant. A 20-year-old Borough lad, a local lad, getting thrown in and getting the responsibility over guys who paid millions of pounds for, whether they're off form or injured, and to go up against 2 big centre-halves kicking lumps at him. He's battled and scrapped. I don't think he's elegant. I don't think he's stylish. I don't think he's prolific. But I think he'll put a shift in. And Middlesbrough fans like people putting in a shift. And he certainly does that. He gives his all, Coburn. Do I think he'll be here in the summer? No, I don't. I don't think he'll be in the summer. I think Carrick's made it quite obvious and clear that he would want to offload him, but couldn't because he'd no other players. Hi, Bernie. Yes, that offside rule, not raising the flag, is dangerous. It's dangerous. Somebody's going to break the leg, and then we'll see what happens. Someone's going to get badly hurt because of it. That's from Mickey Hills. So what we're talking about, if you just joined us, A couple of times today, I've seen it regularly on the telly, I've heard people mention it. I've seen it over the months, but sorry about that. But I've seen it today, live at the Riverside. Ball's played through. The linesman who's below me knows it's offside, but he doesn't up his flag. We're probably sitting, even I know when I'm not playing the offside rule, you think offside. And he lets the play carry on, and I'm sure it was Greenwood, collided with the keeper came out, nearly wiped him out, could have broke his leg, could have finished his career because of stupidity. If he's off, get it up. Why are we letting it play? If you know he's off, get it up. Who are they benefiting? It's not the players, because somebody's going to get badly injured. You're right, Bernie, but go on any other social media forum and you're minority now and clueless. If you question anything, surrounding the club, how anyone can honestly say we don't need a striker, it's crazy. They're hoodwinked into it all. This fair play box. The intent has gone, look at Hill's business. So that's for Darren Dye saying that obviously social network. Look, you're going to get the sycophantic, blinkered apple polishers who see no wrong in anything or anybody or anything. That's life. Unfortunately, well, it's not unfortunate. Everybody's got an opinion, whether we agree or disagree. I'm all for listening, but I don't agree with the majority. But I'll certainly listen and I'll bow to what they're saying, but it doesn't mean I have to agree with them. You know, so I love it here. I'm a Borough fan. I want the best for Borough. I want to beat teams like Sunderland. I want to progress the cup. But when I see elementary mistakes, the same style of football, the same brand of football, with players that's not as good as last year and we're still trying to do the same things and it's not working, it's criminal. It's suicidal football. So that's why I get annoyed. But as I say, I know who you're talking about, Dan. I don't read other forums and all that crap, and when I talk about opinion, I give my own opinion with what I see, with what I read. Yeah, I get that. There is a minority of people who don't want to hear anything. If you love something, I've said this for years, I've got two boys, love them. If they do anything wrong in life, or I think they've done something wrong, I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and slap them in the back and say, oh, you're okay. You need to tell them. If you love something, you'll tell the truth. If you're getting a pay pack off somebody and you think, oh, I'm putting my job in jeopardy, if I tell the truth here, I'll get the sack. I'm not going to do that. But you're kidding yourself on. You're conning the public. You're conning your teammates. You're conning yourself. Anyone who thinks we will make the playoffs are deluded. Steve Gibson, hopefully watching Greenwood up front, must have been thinking we have made a big mistake. Oh, the thing about Steve Gibson is one of the few chairmen that actually know about football. He knows about the business side, of course he does. Self-made millionaire for Palace of Papera. But he genuinely knows about the game of football. I've been in his company many a time. I've played football with him. He knows his stuff. And he knows right and wrong. He knows the financial structure of the club. I don't. So maybe when we're bringing all that money in, great business, because he's the chairman, he knows the financial structure. Maybe that's it. Get them in. We don't spend any window shut. That's how they're operating to keep the club going and afloat and healthy. That's it. But I'm a fan now. So I admire what the money men's doing, but I'm a fan now. And I cannot believe we have not got a striker in. We pay to watch goals. The groundsmen erect the goals and put the nets up every game. They're wasting their time these days. There's very few shots. 2 shots we had. I think Sunderland had 2. No, they had 5 actually. I'm not saying they're all good ones. Midfield turned into sloths today. Yeah, if you've just joined us, the team today, I'm just looking at it. Glover, Engel, Fry, Van der Berg, Ayling, Beleza, Housen, Azaz, Hackney, Foz and Greenwood. And on the bench with Silvera, Coburn, O'Brien, Thomas, Clark, Gilbert, Dick, Steele, McNair and Jones. You look at that bench. I mean, people's mentioned Silvera today. 2 shots, 5 in the last games. There's a stat. 2 shots, 5 in the last 2 games. So against Rotherham today, that's 5 shots on target. That's deplorable. We're playing Rotherham, who's bottom of the league, and we're playing Sunderland, who's 3 points above us. And I seen today there was chances again today to get a shot off, and we passed the responsibility. Oh, we don't want to go there. Here, you have a go. Have a go. Deflection, hit the bar, hit somebody in the backside, flies in the net, anything. Hi Benny, looks like it's mid-table finish for us this season. What are your thoughts on next season? Paul Wilson. Well, I can only hope, like all Borough fans, that the guys at the top, Steve Gibson and the chief executive, are putting a few quid away for the summer and thinking, we'll steady the ship now and we'll get ready for next season. But I've sort of heard that, well, there's no said it publicly, but over the last 13 years, I've heard this, oh, we're not going to swim, we'll do it next year and we'll change this and we'll do that, and we're still here, we're still in this division. When we brought in the players, we brought in over January, I'll be honest, they never excited me. In the summer, they didn't excite me. Some of them's done well. Van de Beek looks a great player. He looks as if he's going to be some player. What is he, only 19? Greenwood, I did say Greenwood when I've watched them, along with Rodgers over the months. I thought they've definitely got something in them. Didn't show it every week. I'm not showed it regular, but they have flashes where you think, oh, they'll be good players when they're polished. Yeah. Looks like it's my season table. Your thoughts? Yes, next season. Again, we've brought in a couple of loan players, so the odds are they'll head off no matter where we are. Then we need to get a couple of to replace them. I think next season will be the same again. I think it'll be players we can't relate to, we don't really know, coming from unfashionable clubs who don't cost a lot of money, and try to shape them and polish the rough diamond and sell them for plenty of money. This is a proof that it can be done. Rodgers gone. But as I say, building for the future, he's only been here 6 months. Well, how can we build for the future and how can Carrick build for the future? There ain't no future. Because if he's only 6 months into his contract and he's gone, and we've not replaced him, there's no future, is there? If you bring in players 2021, you expect to keep them for a couple of years anyway. Get the best out of them, get us where we want to be, and then we can sell them and get money, get somebody in. But just 6 months in and he's gone. Great business for the football club, without a doubt. But bad business for Carrick. And Carrick said public. If I was Carrick, hey, I might be wrong, maybe Carrick is happy. But do I believe? No, I don't believe that for a minute. If it was me, I'd have probably said, look, I was hoping for more, but that's the way it is these days. We know how it works, how it operates. I bought into it. We go with it. So Carrick is finding out now how tough it is. First season, everything went hunky-dory. Everything was great. The players we get in, Ramsey and company and Archer and Giles, they all clicked. They were all great in the eye. They're all playing with Premier League clubs. They looked to business. And we were unbelievably good. The best probably I've seen, since I arrived in Middlesbrough. That's how good we were. So Carrick's seen that, and Carrick got that going. And this year, he must be pulling his head out without saying it publicly. I think Gibbo is happy with us staying in the Championship. If he Mick, possibly. I don't know what Steve Gibson thinks. Do you think Greenwood's signed for the Borough? Well, Greenwood's still a loan, isn't he? And can we get him for £1.5 million? Is that the money being floated about? Why didn't we nail him? As I say, these questions, I can give my answers, but the guys that hide under the tide, you have to ask them. Get local reporters to ask them what is going on. Where are we going? Why have we not got... Has anybody answered? I don't know the questions, as I say, I don't read papers. Has anybody asked anybody at the club why we didn't get a striker in? Let 2 go, don't bring anybody in. And we've got 2 injured. We don't know if we try to sign it. We don't know if we try to sign a striker. And we're going to think clubs don't want strikers, Dave Ditchburn. Well, we certainly don't, Dave. We certainly don't. I don't know who's responsible. Not even the lads that's in control now. Over the last, after Hasselbank, Viduka, Jimmy Floyd, Hasselbank, Viduka, that was that was a great cause. Before that, Mercenary, brilliant. But then, by God, we've had some rubbish and paid fortunes for them. Jordan Rhodes, Carrington never signed him. Whoever was in control of bringing Jordan Rhodes, he should have been thrown in the River Tees. I think Carrick has got his hands tied, Bernie, for John Swainson. But John, Carrick's a coach. He's bought into this. This is the model of the club. I don't think clarity's the biggest thing. Fans will understand if you tell them the truth. What strip would you have wanted, Bernie? Well, I'd go for the boy who's for Stockton, Longstaff, who's 26 experience, who bangs in goals. I don't care if he runs 100 miles, makes 100 tackles, no good in the air. If he scores goals, that's the name of the game. If you're a striker, we call strikers now get 5 goals a season. Couldn't strike matches. So we don't know if we tried to try and begin anything. Hey, look, I don't know. The modern striker, I don't know what he's happy with. But if I'm going home tonight, I've not had a shot and goal. We've drew one each Sunderland. I'm staying in tonight. I'm not socialising. Not because I'm afraid to bump into people or face people, just because I don't deserve to, because we weren't good enough. And the other thing is, our defence and midfielders are looking at the forward line, and they will be talking the way we're talking behind closed doors, in the dressing room, on the bus, on the flight, wherever they're playing, when they come away for Chelsea, say. They'd be on that bus, you get your money on it, they're no daft. They'd be saying, the same as us, why the fuck do we keep passing about the back? Oh, because why are we not changing it? They'll be having this argument. Why have we sold Rodgers? We sold Chuba. Rodgers is gone now. What are we going to do this season? See, they'll be saying that, but they're not going to say it publicly. I've been in buses, I've been in communal baths with 14 guys, loved it, every minute of it. Even the guys that were dirty, I never get dirty because I never went to ground. But the guys with the sliding tip used to be all mud and that. But we used to chat about everything and anything. And there was no holes barred. We said what we thought, but it was all behind closed doors. Some of us did go public, like myself, and get fined. Is the Premier League now beyond clubs like Borough? Is that the reality? No, well, possibly. It might be down purely to money. But when you see 12 million, I don't know if it was 12 million for Rodgers, but if you see 12 million come in, you think, well, I hope we spend it. As a fan, you want to spend it. But as the money men, you might think, we're not in a position to spend it, because we don't know. This might be where we are. But the only thing I'll say is, there's strikers out there, we've mentioned the lad Longstaff, who would have cost $1.5 million. Now, if we are not looking at a guy who bangs in goals for fun, and don't give me plays in the lower division. I played in the lowest division in Scotland, arguably the worst league in Britain at the time. And I came to England, played 4 years, never missed a game, banged in the goals. So it proves it can be done. Don't say it's a one-off. You go one better. Won that Jamie Vardy, won the Premier League. Non-league, 26, same age as Longstaff. Went in there, won a Premier League medal. Played for England. Fantastic, great attitude. That's working the ladder. A lot of these people now, I look at Kavanagh and I look at the way clubs are structured and I think Kavanagh. So if I'm the director of football or anybody that nurtures these young lads and have to go out and bring the talent spot and bring in top players for us for peanuts and sell them for millions, but if I've not brought Kavanagh in, and he is a good player, but I've not unearthed him, he's already been here, I don't get any pat in the back for him. And that goes on. And that goes on. I've seen it with managers, I've said it on here over the years, I've seen it with managers. Managers come in, they look at the good players and think, well, I never signed him, he's getting, I'm putting him at the team. Rudy Hullet done it with Shearer. Graham Souness done it with Ali McCoist. C. McLaren did it with Beckham. We're not talking about a striker, we're talking about a player, but a top player who was the biggest name in the world, most photogenic, whatever. And they try to make an example and they want their players. When Lenny Lawns signed Wilco, Wilco's a great lad, great player, great goal scorer, defender, everything, defensive corners. He wanted, the only game that Lenny Lawns took Wilco off was when I scored a hat-trick this day. And he took Wilco off as if to say, you let me down there, I'm getting a hat-trick. Because Lenny didn't get any praise with me, because that Willie Madrin, God rest him, Bruce Rare, they were the guys that nurtured me and brought me in to Middlesbrough. And that goes on and again, believe it or not. So I'm looking at Kavanagh and think, well, this crop now that bring in the talent, they didn't bring Kavanagh in, he's already been there. They won't get a slap in the back if he progresses, and he's not been given a chance. Has Kavanagh been given a chance? Don't get me wrong, I'm not seeing enough to Cav to say he deserves a chance or he's great, I don't know. I know his dad, but I don't know the kid, but I know his goal ratio was good. I seen him come off the bench at Port Vale. He looked sharp as a razor. The fans claiming Foz is the best striker at the club are just sheep. Mosquito and Carrick, who's actually says, oh right, so Carrick who actually said he's the best finisher. Right, so the fans claiming Foz is the best striker at the club are just sheep misquoting, sorry, no mosquito, sheep misquoting Carrick, who actually said he's the best. So if Carrick says it, I'd in return say, well, Michael, why is he not up the middle? Who's keeping them out? The two strikers get 10 goals between them. We're in February. We're nearly in May. The season will be over. And if I was Foz and so confident in my ability, I'd be knocking Carrick's door down saying, you know I'm the best finisher. They're crap. I want in. I want a shot. I don't know if you're allowed to do that in the modern game, but it certainly did, Maddie. Rodgers scored 7, but only 2 in the Championship. Yeah, fine. That's fine. I get that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, as I say, he scored against a lot of the lesser teams in the Cup. I get that. But his goal against Chelsea, although it was a Cup, I know it was a nothing goal. It was a consolation goal, but it was a great finish. That's what I call a great finish. Comes down the left, cuts in on his favourite right, curls it, bends it, precision, pace, accuracy. Great goal. James Mayer says, do you feel Carrick will get bored of us before it's vice versa, i.e. not getting supported during the transfer windows, etc.? Personally, if we get a year of him, I'd be buzzing. Up the Smiths and up Cafe Nero Gisborough. James, you don't tell people where to go for a coffee, man. Michael Carrick is obviously, this is a harsh reality of coaching in the modern game. As I say, I know guys, you know who my mates are. They're managing at the same level as Carrick in the same division. They've told me all the stories. Some of them are outrageous. I couldn't go to bed at night and sleep at night knowing what's going on behind my back or what they're doing over my head. And I'm carrying the can for them. I couldn't cope with it. I couldn't deal with it. Carrick's bought into it, so he has to get on with it. But he'll find out the harsh reality now that the first season was an absolute bliss. It was incredible for him. He must have thought, hey, this is easy, this coaching job. This year he knows the difficulties now and what he's facing and what he's challenged and what he's up against and the backing he's got and the backing he's not got and who does this and who says that. Years ago, you used to say too many cooks spoil the broth. For me, the youth employer manager, he was in charge. He picked a player, went to the board, want him. If you've got the money, yeah, we'll get him. If you don't get him, no. Now it's all controlled. Everything's controlled environment. And the guys in the middle who call the biggest shots favour the top guys, the money men, because they employ them more than the coach. That's the way it operates. As I say, I've always knew that. I've looked it up about the European football. They've done it for years there. But a lot of the times abroad in Europe, they employ guys at that level, directors of football, who've actually played and know the gig and know what it's all about. The other guys, I don't know what qualifications you need. I'm meant to read these, but I'll just carry on with these and then... With some finish from Foz like that was the only thing he'd done. Greenwood doesn't do now for me. Greenwood got a lot of pats in the back today. There was a lot of people coming up to me and saying, by the way, and I thought Greenwood was good. He worked tirelessly. He was going at it. Obviously didn't trouble the keeper a great deal. But don't forget, he's just all of a sudden, you're up there now. You're focal point. You're up front. So he might adapt it. It might get better. But Foz was a great finish. And you say it was the only thing he'd done. Well, I used to get that all the time. Scoring's not a bad habit. I mean, if he scored a goal like that every week, I don't care how he plays. If he gets a goal every week, brilliant. But as I say, to pin your hopes on a guy who has been played wide right since he arrived, who's not been up in the middle, who's been kept out with two guys that's not scoring goals, and guys that's injured and they still can't get up there, how good is he? And if Michael Carrick says he must be bluffing, he must have bluffed because he knows nobody's coming in. Bernie says as a young lad at the Hallgate, I said to my mates, that boy Bernie is going to bring the borough on the map. I lived for 5 years in London and they hated you. Nice one, Bernie. Yeah, what's his name? Dave Govan. I thought it was Govan as in Glasgow, the Govan in Glasgow. 5 years in London. They hated me. Well, everybody hates me, David. I quite appreciate that. Hi, Bernie. So why do you think that we didn't sign a striker, Terry Collins? Do you know what? I honestly, hand in heart, I don't know the answer. And this thing, I keep hearing this rubbish. It's not rubbish. It has to be the right fit. That's a buzzword. Has to be the right fit. Was Perro the right fit? Was Jordan Rhodes the right fit? Was Jason Yeo the right fit? I can come up with loads of players. Right fit. Was Hawk the right fit? There's another one recently. No. So these guys who are saying this now were around when these guys come in. Well, they've not fitted in. As I say, if you're a goal scorer, you score goals. The guy that we're talking about, who's from Stockton, who would cost £1.5 million, he scores goals. The goals are the same size no matter what division you go in. He becoming Haiti a better team than Notts County, yeah, it's up a level or two, that makes no difference. Same size of pitch, 90 odd minute games, 11v11, same size of goals. Doesn't make any difference. As I say, I was down there, Albion Rovers, worst team in Britain at the time, check them out. 84, 83, 84, I was up there playing, the pitches were like cow fields. I don't even think they cut the grass. But you got on with it and you played. Bernie Greenwood's running off the shoulder was good today. With a bit of luck, he could have registered a goal. He could have. That's from Mike Mills. Mike Hill, sorry. Is the Premier League now beyond? Yes, I've read that. We have been short of a striker all season. Terry. We let the best... I'm going through, we all know what we let. If you're a Borough fan, you know the gig. We cry out for a guy to get 20 league goals. I was the last guy to score 20 league goals, and I was. 32 years I held the record. I wasn't into records, it was brought to my attention, I didn't even know. It was actually Malcolm McDonald that told me this. Okay, 10 minutes. Then Chuba breaks it, and then gone. Best striker in the Championship. First time over the striker scores 20 league goals. Gone in a flash. I get it, money. If I'm Carrick, no good for me. Good for the guys at the top with the money. I get that, totally. So they're happy. I'm Carrick, I'm not happy, but I can't do anything about it because I'm the coach. I might get asked, you want to keep him? Yeah, well, we're not keeping him, he's off. That's the way it goes. That's the reality. So, short of a striker, and then we get this guy Rodgers, he's starting to hit form. Talk about going to Villa for 3-4 weeks. I kept saying, I'll go to the last day and he'll go, and then the window will close, no money. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I could see it a million miles away. My gut was saying that's going to happen, and it did. What are your thoughts about going for players who are free contract? Luton seem to have pulled a blinder with Townsend. Must be a few experienced players available. There will be, Gary. It depends what they want money-wise again. Then it comes down to the finance. So the director of football at Middlesbrough would go and monitor these guys. He might have a host of names, but then he has to go in front of the chairman and the chief exec and say, this is the guy's credentials, this is what he's about, oh, we've heard him, how much is this, much as they want? No chance. They can shut the door on the director of football. So he is piggy in the middle. That must be a horrible job as well. So Townsend, yeah, hey, Townsend, very good player. I wish Greenwood had that energy every week, and not only against his hometown team. There was a chance he had, wasn't there, second half? Was it second half? He screwed it wide, should have hit the target. Could have scored. 2 players went off with cramp. Colin. Cramp for 10 days off. Where are you getting the cramp from? I had cramp on Friday night. I went to bed, zonked, right ankle cramp. I was up like a bear. I'd went a jog, I'd been boxing training, bit of cramp. But I'm not training every day. I've not got the best sports scientists and dietitians. You know, I just do my own thing. But players getting cramp after 10 days off. How is that? How is that? If you're playing in hot conditions, really hot conditions, someone you're abroad or whatever, or it's really hot and it's the end of season games, I get that. But when you've had 10 days off, I don't expect anybody to get cramp. Keeper did well, in my opinion. Only one error. It can happen to us. Usually the error doesn't cost us a goal. Fair dues, Leslie. Ali Smith says, well, having the Aussies back make a difference. I'm resigning this season to mid-table. I said mid-table all season. We might be wrong. Let's hope we're top 6, but I doubt it. Yeah, so Vera came back today. I mean, but people were saying, oh, so Vera's back. McGree, where's McGree? I didn't watch any of the Asian Cup. I'm allowed to say that, innit? I didn't watch any of it. No real interest. My life's polluted with football, and I watch too much football. I wasn't getting involved in it. But I heard, obviously, Sherwood get beat. McGree, that's coming back, Silvera. I don't know if Silvera played, but maybe that's why he was in the bench. I don't know where McGree is. Maybe McGree played every game. I don't know. So I'm only presuming McGree's played a lot of football and he's maybe jaded or whatever, and he wants a rest, or the club want to give him a rest. Silvera maybe have not played a lot of games. But Silvera, we're not talking, he's not set the head of the light since he came in. He's still settling in. We can't, look at him like we're looking at Foz saying get him up front and get Silvera in, and they're going to be world beaters and turn everything round. Look, poor Silvera, John says. Well, he came off the bench, so obviously, and he's been away. We also have no width. Most has to go through the middle. Matthew, good point, but there's no width when Jones is out the team. There was a Jones on the bench. Somebody went, but Jones is on the bench. No, that was a goalkeeper, Jones. Jones must be injured. But Jones is the outlet. What does he give us? He gives his pace. He goes forward. He hits the first man a lot of the time. It can be frustrating, but he's our most exciting player apart from Giles, apart from McGree, sorry. McGree when he plays. McGree for me is the best player we've got. And what gives me the qualification? I've seen him. He has got a great left foot. He can score great goals. He can make goals. He's been in and out the team this season. It's a disruptive season, but he's still a very, very good player. But Jones is the only outlet we've got. Don't forget, we used to have Giles on the left. Giles would bomb up and down, box to box, on the line, on the outside left, get the ball, he would carry it, whip it in. No cross it blind. He would lift his head and look. And we've lost that. Nobody does that now. New players, quality needed, Graham. That's the stating the obvious, kid. Goalkeepers, what is it? The Borough having mediocre keepers who makes these decisions? Well, hold on a minute. I'm moaning about the strikers, you're moaning about the goalkeepers. We've had a few bad goalkeepers over the last few years as well. I don't know who signs them. I can't believe it. Still at Brighton Hove Albion, he's in the first team, isn't he? I think they change over now and again, but I can't believe Steele, did he go to Sunderland, went somewhere else? Now he's at Brighton. Good luck to the kid. He looks well built lad now, well developed and obviously more experienced. But yeah, he put in a good shift. But some of the keepers we've had couldn't catch a cold. Van der Berg's quality. He is that Craig Dales, 19. We'll sell him for big money. Well, that's the idea. You know, when I look at the chairman, chief exec, look at their side. I'm looking as a fan, but look at their side. They can get these guys, well, Steve Gibson in particular. Steve Gibson's blown millions on other people's opinion for years, and some of them have absolute donkeys. They wouldn't even get a job in Redcar Beach or Saltburn. But Gibson sanctioned it and went, yeah, okay, I'll go with your nous and knowledge and your belief and give him the money. And then he's watching these donkeys. As I say, Gibson's one of the few chairmen that know about football. And he's probably thought, do you know what, after years of watching rubbish and money squandered, loads of money, do you know what, I'm pulling the plug on that. We're going a different direction. And that's what he's doing. Looking at it now, that's exactly what he's doing. So instead of blowing millions, he's wanting to make millions. And I think everybody's got that dream. So hopefully the guys we bring in, and we've proved that it works, we bring in X amount, $1 million in for a guy who was with us for 6 months, who we got for, well, it was an undisclosed fee. Hi Billy Slavin, I am the Darlington FC fan who saw you scored your 200th goal for Darlington FC at Fulham. This is for Ian James Barron. Back in the day, memories. Yeah, Ian, that was one of the, I'll be honest, when I came to Darlington, I had a back injury. I didn't really have a good time there. I didn't enjoy it. Training was strange. We used to run around the streets of Darlington and it was mental. You know, I was on the way down and thinking I need a bit more structure here. But anyway, I did. I'm grateful for Darlington giving that opportunity. And I got my 200th goal against Fulham. I had about 6-7 games to get it. And I'll be honest, Ian, I thought, I'm not bad at the minute. I don't even think I'll get one goal at a 6 or 7. That's how bad a run we were on. But anyway, I did. I was delighted for that. So I'm grateful to Darlington, Ian. Somebody here, just let me see here. Watching this mediocrity this season just highlights to me what a massive missed opportunity last season was. Do you think Carrick will be here next season? Apparently, a few Premier League clubs sniffing around. That's for Andrew Smith. Hey, look. You know, when I hear people saying, managers, coaches, whatever, saying, we're building for the future. Yeah, you're building for the club future because you won't have a future. And that's what happens. The reality is Carrick could be gone end of the season. Carrick will be here for another year. Will he be here for 4 years? No chance. Football doesn't work like that now. Managers come and go, players come and go, staff comes and go, fans don't. they're permanent. The chairman, Steve Gibson, permanent. Everybody else, chief execs, sports science, they all get come and go, sacked, see you later, head off to pastures new. People that work in the lounges, they're all Middlesbrough, and then they head off to somewhere new because they think there's more money or the grass is greener. That's part of it. That's what happens. It's only the chairman and the fans that stay loyal to the football club. Azaz's shot should have scored, ended up row AZ. Some of the shooting made 4 shots where we were nearer hitting a pigeon off the underneath the stand than the goal. And the guy next to me says, Bernie, do you think we do shooting practice? Well, I went at a few of the shots. Azaz, if that's how you pronounce the kid's name, when it's ricocheted, Greenwood's hit it, keeper's parried it low down, it's came to him, it's on the floor, get your head over the ball, side foot, with a bit of power and accuracy. There is a couple of players going back and goal, but for me, he should still score. I thought he was going to score, but he hoofed it. No, unless he had Rumpelstiltskin's boots on. If you don't know who Rumpelstiltskin is, look him up. There's no loyalty in football now, Bernie. Only us fans, we will be at the bitter end, Andrew. There's no loyalty. Everybody knows that now. These managers, coaches, all they plan for 4 or 5 years, and players, yeah, 4. They're not here for 4 or 5 years. It's a job. They move about. It's a job. Where was Hop today? Hop, where is he? I don't know. He's another waste of money. Hop, what's he done? Have you seen him? Have you seen him setting the head of the light? Hi Benny, do you think that Carrick is the right man to take Borough forward over the next few seasons? Dave Simpson. I think he is. After last season, magnificent last season. The football was incredible. The way we played, the way we passed the ball, the creativity, the goals, everything was great. This season, it's been hard to watch at times. I mean, 29 games played, 12 wins, 12 losses, and the rest draws. It's not exactly brilliant, is it? But you cannot just look at Carrick. You need to look at the recruitment. You need to look at who's coming in, who's going out the door, and Carrick's not really involved in that. So that's where Carrick is, and I think he's the right man, providing he gets back in. But if he's not getting back in, I don't know how he looks cool. His persona is very cool and calm. I think eventually lose it. Eventually, if you don't get back to whatever, you know, coming out and saying that he's happy with it, he cannot be happy. He's not happy. Not happy. Maybe he is. Maybe I'm just making it up. But if you ask me what I think, and I could be a million miles away, he won't be happy. Foy's goal was brilliant, definitely the best finisher. Away, start him as a 9 or a 10. Craig, when you say best finisher at the club, get his pedigree, get his stats, and look at the stats. And when you know at training, Craig, on paper, where was he previous clubs? What goals has he got? How many games did he play? How many goals he scored? He's not he can't be the best finisher at our club. Otherwise, he'd be up the middle. There's nobody keeping them out. Bring back Bill Beswick, Bernie, remember him? Used to tell players they were Ronaldo. That's for Andrew Smith. Andrew Smith. Bill Beswick was a psychologist who worked for Steve McLaren. He used to show the players, guys like Paul Merson, Janino, he used to show the players videos of geese. Yeah, you've heard me, geese. I mean, nowadays, as a form of motivation, whereas the geese flies, they fly in the V. I love my animals, know that. They fly in the V, and if one of them get hurt or injured, whatever, they all abandon flight and go and help, like the teammate, one of the team. So he was getting, and he used to hang. I remember me and Ali got to do the radio, and somebody had hung a big parrot above, a negative parrot and a positive parrot, because that's what he had them saying. And yeah, so a lot of the players, I remember Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank scored. Can't remember the opposition. It's a great goal. It was at Riverside, and they ran away. I'm doing the radio with Alan, he's run away, flapping his arms like a wild bird. So Ali said, what a great goal. This is a great goal, delicate chip, but what about the celebration? He's running away like a wild bird. Well, that was him taking the Jeffrey out of Bill Beswick, because the day before he was watching videos of geese. Geese! For motivation. In my day we used to watch the old Swedish movies. Anyway, sorry I've not read them. I'll read them tomorrow. I'm doing the Total BS podcast. It'll be part 2 of Keith Houchin, the guy who scored the goal in the 2-1 victory over Tottenham in the FA Cup. Hi everyone watching. I'm a Darlington FC fan. Remember us back in the day, memories. So that's Ian getting involved there. A Darlington fan. 2 poor teams, Bernie. Yeah. It's for Stephen Bentley. I think we become a selling club. That game was crying out for a centre forward. Bad mistake by keeper, but he's done a good job. Yeah, hey, listen, all keepers make boobs, strikers miss chances. It's part of the course. The keeper will know he boobed, but you can't hang him out to dry for that. There's still a bit to do before it got to him. If the defender goes and closes him down, he doesn't get the shot off, but we sit off him. He lifts his head, he hits it, sort of a half hits it, and it goes in the bottom left-hand corner. Van der Berg will be sold for decent money in the summer as well, Bernie. Daniel Burridge. Could be. And the lad before saying we're a selling club. Ever since I came to Middlesbrough, we've been a selling club. Yeah. That's probably where we are. Well, not a Man City or a Newcastle or Liverpool. We're not that. We're a mid-table. Right this minute, we're a mid-table team who's spending very little and making loads of money, or the goal is to make loads of money on guys that we polish and turn into good players that people are attracted to. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But in the modern game, have the fans get the patience for that? The fans are paying a lot of hard-earned cash as well. But as I say, the fans this year remember last year how good we were, and they see what's going on, and they're disappointed in one degree, but they maybe look at the other side and think, well, the guys that's looking after the club, i.e. Steve Gibson, they're taking care of it. We're not in any debt. We're looking after ourselves. We're not going to go bankrupt like when I was there. Bernie, we got Archer on loan last year. We did. The ambition's not there this year, clearly. The club must have a plan. Oh, Joe, you must have a plan for the summer. But Joe, I've heard this plan for 13, 14 years. Oh, we're going to plan. We're going to go up. We're going to do it this way. Well, we're going to do it that way. Jonathan Woodgate took over. We're going to play sheer football. We did. First game we played looking away. It was amazing. Was it 3 each? I was sitting like this. What a game. Woody's right. We're going to play. We started playing football. Then we started letting goals. Then Woody get the sack. And then somebody else came in. Gareth Southgate had the plan. Oh, we're going to do it this way. We're going to get the young boys. We're going to... Gone. What does Azaz bring to the game? He's done nothing at all in the games he's played in. I'm thinking Foss to play as Lee Waddle as our main out-and-out striker. Well, Peter's mentioned it, Lee, you might have just joined us. Foss, give him a go. Is he the best striker? I don't know, because I've not seen him up front. Today was a great goal, but it could be a great goal scorer, as in great goals, but not a great scorer. So scorer of great goals, but not a great goal scorer. That's what he could be. And he's not got the profile or the background or anything that suggests that he's the best striker at our club. If people say that must be going training on a daily basis behind closed doors where you don't pay and think, wow, he's a great striker. Because I ain't seen it. I've seen him scoring a few goals, yeah. And he's not played a great deal, but when he's played, sometimes he's frustrating. Sometimes he's fast. I think he's fairly quick. He's direct. He's got a bit about him. He's got a lot of energy. But is he the best striker? Well, if he's the best striker, he must be absolutely gutted that he can't get up front now. Because if he can't get up now, come the summer with saying strikers, there's no way he'll be there. He'll not get a game up front then. Did you hear about the Newcastle United fan who was banned till 2026 after the club had searched her social media accounts after she was criticising transgender ideology? I didn't call him, but do you know what? Nothing surprises me. This world, Britain, United Kingdom should be DUMB Kingdom. That's what it's become. These half-wits, we should be shutting them down and getting rid of all this crap. You can't say this, you can't say that, you can't have an opinion, you can't have a debate, you upset him, you upset her, you have to watch that, you have to do this, you have to kneel, you have to wave the flag, you can't wave that flag. What are you on about? Get on with your life. There's people dying, getting murdered, slashed, bullets through their head, and we're worried, oh, there's a word out of sync. I put something on in a day. Come to think of it, I use the C word, which is a good Scottish word. And when I'm angry, I use it. You can use it in a nice way and say, oh, you're a wee, and it's the way you deliver it. But I seen this guy shooting the animals. I'm an animal lover. I'm vegan. I love animals more than humans. And every animal I love and adore. I'd invite them all in. If I had a land big enough, I'd bring them all in. And I see this tosser, her and him, different ones, with animals who they've shot, whether it's a lion, a leopard, beautiful animals, proudly holding them for trophies. So I put the C word, they ban me, but they don't ban the picture of them killing and putting the animal over their head. Where's the fairness in that? It's knackered. The whole lot's knackered. As I say, everybody's seeing through it now. Everybody's seeing through it. Everybody's still lying because they want to safeguard their job. I get that, but we'll never progress in society if we can't tell the truth and what you believe in. If you've got a problem and I think, oh, he's this or she's that, the only way I can find out why he's that or she's that is to conversate and say, why are you that? And then we get to the bottom and then we can maybe heal it and sort it. But just shutting people off and saying, no, can I say that? And pigeonhole, you're homophobic, you're a racist, you're a this, you're against the Scots, you're against the Irish. That just kills debate and that's it. That's you. You're pigeonholed, you're that, that's it. You're against transgender, that's it. I'm against nobody. I've got an opinion about everybody, but I'm against nobody. I like people that's different. I'm attracted to people that's different. Look different, walk different, dress different, talk different. I'm intrigued with that. I'm against nobody. But when the thing that gets my goat up and when you read a lot of stuff on the social network, there's going to be a big rebellion. They're going to have it out once and for all and clear this nonsense up. You know, that's a joke. So that all came from Colin saying, did you hear about the Newcastle fan who was banned till 2026 after the club had searched her social media? So it's a lady account after she was criticising Chandler. If she's get, well, why is Lineker still in a job with the BBC? He comes up with things that is political, that he's been ticked off before for not, he's still there. Why is Jamie Carragher still in a job with the Sky? But Matt Letizia lost his job. Matt Letizia brought it up, and rightly so. Matt Letizia gets sacked because of a couple of social media tweets, and your man Carrick spits in somebody's face and gets away with it. Sky sweeps under the table. I like Carragher, don't get me wrong, I like him. But come on, where's the fairness? If that's your rule, you stick to it. You do wrong, you're out. But the big boys picking to you all, no, we'll keep him, we'll get rid of him. They're all hypocrites. No ambition, we're selling club. Well, we are, Craig. That's what we are. No, I don't think anybody at the club's trying to camouflage that or kid us. I'm surprised that no one has gone in for my colleague Longstaff, I mentioned him from Notts County, or Paul Mullen from Wrexham. I'm not so familiar with Paul Mullen, Ian, I'll look him up, but my colleague, there's been loads of talk about him. Hackney will be sold in the summer, probably Vandenberg as well. This is what Gibbo does now. The ambition has gone. Carrick will be gone in the summer. You can't have the most decorated player in the English football and not show any ambition. He's a serial winner. Well, he's a serial winner as a footballer, but as a coach, he's a novice. And he's had one great season this season, bit turbulent, and found out the reality and how difficult it is. My only thing would be, how on earth with Carrick's longevity at Man United, even sat in as manager for a couple of games and coach under some of the biggest names around and some of the biggest players playing for United, how has Carrick not been able to attract one or two players for Old Trafford? I don't understand that. Well, I do, it's probably down to money. Carrick must have contacts and inroads there. And we've not had one player for Man United. Not one. Dwight Gill's free agent, would you take a punt on him? I'd have took him in a year or two ago. I'd have went for Dwight Gill. But you get him for nothing now, why not? He's small. He's still be fairly quick. I know he's getting on. He's quick. Scores goals. Knows where the goal is. He's got a pedigree. He's got a background. Definitely. Why not? Personally, I wouldn't sign Greenwood. Fair enough, Colin. That's your opinion. Lucia. Lucia, I said the last name. I apologise. Bad, you know me. Hi, Benny. What did you think making the 3 subs at the same time we're 1-0 up? Do you think making such a big change while ahead was right? It's Chris just started watching. Chris boy, Lucia and family, hope you're all great. No, I mentioned it earlier, Lucia. My mate comes along, Big Colin, you know Big Colin, he was at the plays and all that. Big Colin knows nothing about football. This is my pal, came a day. Couldn't spell football, knows nothing about it. And when we took the 3 players off, he looked at me and he went, why is he doing that? taking 3 players off when we're doing really well. And he was right. He knows nothing about football. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but when it happened, and within 10 minutes you knew it wasn't working, and there's nothing we could do about it, we didn't need to change players. We had 10 days rest. We should all be fresh as daisies. They'd had to change players. They'd played not so long ago. But to make 3 changes, wholesome changes, when we had them in the back foot. Yeah, obviously I think Carrick will reflect and go home and think, shouldn't have done that. So I'm sure Carrick agrees with that. Hey, as a manager, you get things right, you get things wrong. That's like a striker, you get through, you go to place it, or you go to thump it, or yeah, it's a decision you make. You get it right or wrong, pat in the back or a bit up the backside. We shouldn't have sold Rodgers. But Grant, as I say, I don't know what we brought him in for. But if we brought him in for, say, $1.5 million, and we cashed in, I don't know the value, there's that many stories getting written. Say it was 12 million. Well, that's good business. 6 months, you make a good 9 million. Happy days, isn't it? As a businessman. But as a fan, it's not good. And the fans out there, if you're happy with that, then you should be a chief executive somewhere. You should go as an accountant. I'm a fan. And not replace them. I just think it's a statement of there's no intent. We're just seeing the season out and that'll be it. I like a little Latty laugh. But we don't play to his strengths. Dave McNally. Latty laugh, I've said this before. Latty laugh, I think, is an honest lad. I think he's very quick, the quickest player we've got. He's direct. I don't think he's going to be a natural finisher. Why? Because he's not got the cool and the composure. Doesn't put the brakes on. He's rash. He lashes at things, snatches at things. His first touch, he has to polish up him when it comes into him. He's got a heavy touch. So he's got a couple of things he really needs to polish up. But natural goal scorer, I think he'll get goals because of his pace, but I don't think he's going to be prolific. Scotland podcast tomorrow, Bernie. Question to be asked. Who? Scott the Antarctic. Ipswich signed Wimbledon top scorer Ali Al-Hamida for £1 million. £1 million. To be fair, when you look at the January window, by all accounts, this is the worst ever. Meaning the least amount of money has ever been spent in the window. Not even the Saudis have delved into the pot of gold. So there's something to be said about that. Everybody's doing the same thing. Longstaff looks like a natural striker, local lad. I'd like to gamble on him for Craig Dales. Well, we mentioned it. We're not going to get him now because he's with Notts County and he's under contract and obviously it's shut now, but did anybody look at him? Did anybody go and see him? See him. If I see a guy scoring 20, 40 goals 2 years ago and 21 this year, he knows what the goal is. What are we lacking? Goal scorer. Where's he from? Oh, he's from Stockton. So he's a local lad. He can move in with his parents, won't need any uprooting or settling in. He'll settle in instantly. This is his team, this is his club. But no. The fans who are already putting a bad label on Azaz Ahmad because it was his third game today, he needs settling. Ella Hedger, totally agree, 200%. Probably I didn't defend him the way you and I should have. The lads came to Middlesbrough, which is a hard place to settle when you come from outside it. I found it very difficult. It took me over a year to settle. Then thereafter, I loved it, and then I started doing the business. But that initial first season, well, 7-8 months, was brutal. I wanted to leave. I didn't like it here. Didn't like anything about it. So lads, and I always say, and I say that when opening 7 games went and we never won a game, I kept saying, give the lads 12 to 14 games and then we'll find out where we're going. And then we turned it around. 7 games gone, we get back on track, we started winning. So lads like Azaz, give the guy time to settle. You're settling in a new environment, a new area. It's difficult. You might have a family, you need to school them. You might have a wife who's moaning or a partner who wants to stay put, but you need to move because of your career. You have to uproot them. There's loads goes on. You only see the player running out the pitch with a strip. There's more than that. There's more than meets the eye. So, yeah, 3 games in, it's nothing. I've looked at my... I've not seen anything to go, but I gave the lad time for sure. Bernie, we need to back Carrick first manager, and he's not the first manager, coach, who wants to play football. Us fans have pumped money into the club, as for Daniel Burridge, for years for very little reward. Gibble has to back him, in my opinion. Look, if Steve Gibson, don't you think for a minute that Steve Gibson would not back, if he thinks everything's hunky-dory financially, that he wouldn't back anybody? He's backed everybody. In the main, some more than others, but there was more money many years ago than there is now. But Steve Gibson for sure would back. He would want to back Carrick to the hill. Maybe he can't for whatever reason. Maybe he's not telling us publicly. We're only fans now. There may be reasons and good reasons, but we can only speculate because we don't really know. But me as a fan, am I happy letting Rodgers go? No, as a fan. If I'm in the team, am I happy? No. If I'm Carrick, definitely not. Because my head's in the chopping block. You're letting these players go. You're getting the money. I'm getting the stick. I'm getting well paid, yeah, admittedly, but inevitably my CV will be ruined and I'll get sacked. That's what happens. Neither did Engel when he first arrived. That's true. Darlington will sign McCauley for 10. What, 10 grand? Or 10 million, I think, but 10 grand. Carrick got it wrong with the 3 subs. Dyer, that's with Steve Sewell. Look, hindsight's a wonderful thing. He did what he thought this is going to be right. Unfortunately, it never worked. Instead of improving it and the demand's being greater and the adrenaline being greater and more at it, we actually, it upset the rhythm. Bring back Bernie Sylvan, it says, no slaving. He has some passion still. Ian, I've got passion. That's one thing I have got. I lost a bit today. There was 1 or 2 things today at the club I really thought, I lost a bit today. But anyway, I'm back on board. Lee Crosby says, Foz is 20-30 goal a season striker. Hold on a minute, let me read this. Best finisher at a club by a country mile. Our genius manager plays him on the wing. So Lee is bumming Foz up and then he's saying that our genius manager, I take it that's sarcasm. But Lee, show me the evidence. Nobody showed me the evidence. I've heard this. Foz is the best striker at the club. Where's his evidence? Get his goal stats out. Give me his goal stats. And I'll agree or disagree. I disagree because I've looked at his stats. He's not got any stats that you go, wow, he's a goal scorer. Goals, if somebody says, were you a Middlesbrough? I say, yeah. What was your stats? I'll say, well, look them up. And you look them up. Yeah, he's a striker. 5 goals, striker, February. Garbage. I'd be hiding under the bed with 5 goals. Especially when I'm on 30 grand a week. 5 goals. Carrick said Crooks got an elbow in his hip in training and caused him to miss. That's fair dues, yeah, Darren, yeah. Millions on Ashley Fletcher and he was dog, toffee. That's a nice description, Daniel. Yeah, Ashley Fletcher. Dear God. That's one I forgot about. We paid 6 million quid for him. 6 million quid. Ashley Fletcher. Then he moved. Where did he move? Did he move down London? Signed 4-year contracts on. Where is he now? Hi, Bernie, mate. Cal, hi, Cal Atley. I was buzzing until the equaliser went in and we threw it away and the gap to let the goal scorer score was a joke. Again, hindsight, Cal, yeah, you're right. It was just a stubborn. We had them where we wanted it. First half, they were the better team, in my opinion. We turned it second half. No doubt there's been a few words of reality behind the scenes. We've come out more pumped up, more adrenaline flowing, going at them, got the goal, great goal with Foz, and then we threw it away and could have got done at the end. I mean, the one at Camur, I don't know who hit it by the post. It looked as if it was getting in an own goal into our bottom left-hand corner. Oh, Bernie, we got reality. We are what we are, mid-division championship side, and that position we will always be to keep in the budget, I'm afraid. Okay, yeah, fine. As I say, fans want to go, be entertained, see a few goals, win as many games as we can. But when you go to watch games and you want to see goals, you need a centre forward. And if you keep selling centre forwards and don't bring any in, or you bring duds in, then there's an issue and there's a problem, and that rubs people up the wrong way. You don't need to pay millions for somebody. Just get somebody that scores goals. I know it's a very difficult, it's the hardest thing to do. Bruce Raycroft used to say, hardest thing in the game of football is to score goals. I'm not saying it's easy, but we've got all these guys that's meant to have talented eyes and know the best and have got inroads to the best young players and talent. Well, where are they? Up front. We've never developed any through the academy. I've said that for years. When I see one come through the academy, I'll think the academy's working. Never seen one. Why don't we sign Dwight Gale? We mentioned him. Is it Stephen? We mentioned him. As I say, apologies. I'll read them tomorrow on Total BS, the weekly podcast. I'm running out of time and I'm meant to be finished, but I'll just keep going now because obviously it's a big game of day, Sunderland. And how much does it mean to you, the fan, derby games? Is it still that saying if you've got a job, you'll go to, and you want to say we won 3-0 today, you go to work tomorrow with a spring in your step, thinking, yeah, we gave the enemy it, we've done them. Is that how it goes now, or does it not matter? Is it just another game? 16 out of the 17 seasons, stuck in the championship. Club has no ambition, only interested in making a few quid. Tight as if Martin Cole. Time he went and take the incompetent Scott with him. Carrick has been thrown under the bus with this poor squad. Club going nowhere with current leadership. So that's Martin's opinion. I read it. I'm not here to hide it, and I'm reading it. People can pick off what you want. So 16 out of 17 seasons stuck in the championship. I thought it was 14. It's as many as 16. And I keep hearing this rubbish every year for the fan. Keep the faith. Yeah, next year we'll build this year. We don't want to go this year. What do you mean? Last year was the best opportunity we've had for a long, long time. Probably all those years. Last year was the best season to do it, and we failed. There was one under was it Pulis when we beat at Wolves? Remember that when Grealish was playing for Wolves? I'm sure, was it Pulis? Playoffs, we beat. But last season was the best chance we've had for a long, long time. And yeah, it doesn't come around every season. Martin says Gibson out. Away. Hey, look. Steve Gibson. I admire Steve Gibson. What he's done, local lad, self-made millionaire, football fan, Middlesbrough fan, knows the game, unlike the Americans, the Saudis, who know about the money side. Gibson knows about money as well. Of course he does. He's a businessman. But he loves the club. He's got ambition. I've no doubt he's got ambition, drive, whatever. But the reality is, he might not have the money because he ain't a millionaire. A billionaire, rather. He's a millionaire. He's not a billionaire. I'm sure if he was a billionaire, he would splash cash left, right and centre like he did in the Janino days, and the Rav and Emerson and Christian Ziga and all these guys. But I think he's tightened his belt. And as I say, the money he has put out there in donkeys, as I say when they get a ride on the beach, maybe he's thinking, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm changing tack now. Maybe he's got it for Brighton. Brighton of Albion have got something going where the players come in you've never heard of. All of a sudden, they're incredible. They're getting sold for millions of pounds and they're ripping up the Premier League and ripping up the fences as forward players. So maybe that's the route we're trying to get to. It's hard to get there, but once you're there, it looks good, doesn't it? And they make a fortune. Their manager, coach at Brighton, last summer we said you're going to lose him. He knew who they were losing. They didn't hide it. They were transparent. And I think if you're transparent as a football club, the fans will acknowledge it and appreciate it. They might not like it, but they'll know exactly where you're coming from. But once you start saying and you don't say why you never brought a player and why you're doing this, fans become and make up their own theories and speculation. And that's what we're doing at the minute because we don't know really what goes on behind the scenes. Maybe it's not a business. We're just fans, but if you're paying 500 quid, you expect to have a centre forward a some quality and dignity. And at the minute, we've not got one. We were forced to make the subs, unfortunately, because of muscle cramp, and it changed the game a lot. Muscle cramp. Come on. Muscle cramp. 10 days off. Weather's not great, because the heat plays a part in that. And you get muscle cramp. We didn't put that much work in to get muscle cramp. And with all this technology in the modern world, muscle cramp, I'm not buying into it. I think it's 10 million up front and another 6 million for add-ons for Rodgers. Well, yeah. Richard Rusman, is it? To be fair to Carrick, Greenwood and Foz came off injured, otherwise probably would have made it. Well, that's fair enough. As I say, I'm sitting in the stand, I can't hear or see what's going on. I only see 3 on, 3 off, and I think, even, as I say, even my mate who knows nothing about football, couldn't spell football, he went, why are we taking them off? So, Dave Connor, hi Dave, the substitution changed the game, all momentum went. Coburn was slow in a fast game. So Dave Connor giving his opinion, he was at the game, I've seen him. Head of recruitment, Kieran Scott, on the pod, Bernie, sorry, I confused you. Alright, okay. Head of recruitment, Kieran Scott, on the pod, Bernie, sorry, I confused you. On the pod, he wants to come on this, he wants to come on my pod, I'll fire the questions. I won't be kissy bummy, nicey. I'll ask the straightforward questions for him to answer, but I doubt he'll come on here. I've been saying it on here for a while. I'm sure there's enough people running about the club that watch this and listen. I know there is. The players used to listen. Remember, Balassi used to listen on the way back for away games. People that's been watching long enough. You remember that? Balassi. His name used to come up. And then I started behind the scenes. We exchanged a few messages. Just like a song Belonga. Just like Akpom. Yeah, some of the players used to watch it. I know some of the fans do come up for away games. Would that watch me if I was a player? No, probably not. Why? Because I'm honest and forthright, and some players don't want to hear that. That's fine. I'm not saying behind the backs. If they ask my opinion, I tell them in the face. I get stick when I played. It's not nice, but sometimes you just need to take it in the chin. If you're no good, you're no good. If you're having a bad time, you're having a bad time. I used to get hammers off the Holgate end, and I love the Holgate end, and I think a lot of them love me. But there was times that I get stick and your Scottish get back to this kind of thing. I get it. Frustration, hard-earned cash. You want more. I mean, maybe me as an individual, maybe I'm looking higher than a lot of the fans. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not right. Maybe my goals are just higher and my expectations are greater than some people that go to the games. But I'm passionate. I live here. I watch Middlesbrough every game. I've done the games I've watched, dear God. As I said, I did 500 games with Ali Brownlee. 500 games. That was commentating. So for years I've been on the radio, watched it, doing this. I've always been involved with Middlesbrough. So I know the history, the background, the players, what I've seen, who's good, who's bad, who have been ripped off, who's a donkey. I've mentioned them too many to mention. I've been reading a lot of people's tweets having a go at Coburn, like it cost us the match. We're forgetting there's tennis if you can. There's 10 other players on the pitch. Oh no, listen, you can't blame Coburn for they no chance. Coburn's come off the bench. He never contributed to the goal. No, I thought Vandenberg, Greenwood, they were probably the two players that stuck out for me today. And obviously the goal, I'm not saying Ford's a great game, but his goal was a great goal. You've overshot the runway. Where's the cross? Yeah, no. Overshot the runway. I'm going to read 5 more, and that is it. I have definitely overshot the runway. Akpom never had decent stats until he scored 29 goals last season. Laugh out loud. I predicted that we would get beaten 2-1. Darren Smith. I used to say to my mates it would be a draw. I didn't say 1-1 or 2. I thought it would be a draw. Akpom. You're right, Colin. I know we're laughing now. Yeah, we all had written Akpom, but I think that's maybe a one-off. Because I watched Akpom's every game. As I say, I watched every home game at the Riverside, away game on the TV, and I watched them, and I would sit with my mates who's all played the game, international players, played with top clubs, and we all had the same opinion. He's not got a good touch, can he beat a man, can he do this, his movement's not good, doesn't score goals. Then he goes away, comes back, and he was a world beater. But why? Down to Michael Carrick. Michael Carrick's style of play and brand of football and DNA was to play football. We had Giles, we had Archer, we had all the right technicians to get Akpom the ball. And he would come for deep, arrive in the box late, get the goals. He get 29 in total, and he was amazing for one season only. So now he has got a background. That's why he's at Ajax. I know I'm trying to get rid of him at Ajax. Yeah, so let's see if Foz scores, say 10 for now at the end of the season. Carrick subs cost us today. We've mentioned that throughout. Catano. Rudy just said cost us 6 million. Oh, I know that, Colin. Don't remind me of that, donkey. Rudy just said 6 million. In the Premier League, that was in the January. So this is where we have spent money in the January. So you can't, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, if you're the owner. So we bring in Justed. We're in the Premier League under Karanka. We're hopeless. Yes, Bernie, derbies have lost their appeal, just like the FA Cup. Justed 6 million in the January. The lad from Leeds, who we had. Name escaped me because I'm flustered because we're losing time and all that. Anyway, Bamford, £12 million for both of them between the January and end of the season. So the chairman sanctioned £12 million, a lot of money, £6 million for each of them. Know how many goals he got? One. January to May, £1. 12 million quid for 2 centre forwards. Check it out. And the goal came the last day. It was Bamford. So you're getting strikers in which we're demanding, but they fail and falter and cost us a fortune and nowhere near now, are they? Right, okay, couple more. I'd love to see that one, Bernie. So yeah, I think people would pay to watch that. I'll have it in the town hall. Engel made some cracking passes, pinpoint. Right, last one. Borough will spend the money from Rodgers in the summer and recruit more permanent signings. It's a project. Paul Lewis, you sound as if you know a bit of info in there. Project, and Borough will carry on with their plans until they get Borough back in the Premier League. Paul, that's your opinion. I respect it. Thanks very much for joining us. Apologies about no reading. I've got loads there. I'll read the sponsors again. But what I'm going to say, Total BS tomorrow, my weekly podcast. It's part 2 of Keith Houchin. Keith Houchin is the guy who scored flying header at Wembley in the FA Cup final, which Coventry beat Spurs 2-1. He's a good talker. He's a funny guy. He lives in Thirsk. He's a lovely guy. He's a Borough lad, actually. Played with Hartlepool. Started his career there. Did a wee bit of coaching at Borough. But he's a Borough fan. So part 2 is on tomorrow. The other thing, I've not said this on social media yet. The Three Legends show, I did the Three Legends show for people of a certain age. It was the biggest show around on the airwaves. I'm not blowing the trumpet, it's factual. You can go and check out what they call radar figures. Anybody in radio knows. It was the biggest show in the northeast in the country, between 6 and 8 every night. We did it from Monday to Friday for a good 12 years. We did over 3,000 shows, 2 hours every night, Monday to Friday, 2 hours. Malcolm McDonald, who played for Newcastle United and Arsenal in England, last player to score 5 for England. Eric Gates, who played for Ipswich Town, along with Paul Mariner. He used to play the number 10, God rest Paul Mariner. And he played for England. And myself, I worked alongside these guys. Over 3,000 shows, as I say, 2 hours every night. It came to a bitter end and we all fell out. And the other 2 haven't spoken to each other for years. Despise each other. It was it's like a band breaking, an aging band. But we broke up. So somebody put it in my head the other day, so I've done it. I've got in touch with Gatesy, who's my pal, still my pal, and says, would you do it? Because obviously with the friction, he's up for it. I get in touch with Malcolm, friction, he's up for it. So the Three Legends in the coming months is going to be up and running. We're going to do somewhere in Middlesbrough first. We'll probably do the North East, but we're going to do somewhere in here, and it should be interesting. I'll have to get a couple of my boxing mates or bouncers and that to come along, because I can see Malcolm and Gatesy at it. Might get the boxing ring there. But if you're PC, don't come to that night. I'll advise you, ahead of the game. Don't turn up if you're offended. There'll be a few bad words, slanderous, whatever. The thing that made the Legends was we all had egos, we all had good careers, and we all had opinions, and we weren't afraid to hear them. The clubs never liked it. Sometimes we did. We all defended the clubs and have a go at the other clubs, but there was a few clashes behind the scenes that no doubt will get mentioned tonight. So it's going to be an interesting. I'll be honest. I thought they'd say no, but they says yes. So keep your eyes open and your ears open for that one. Anyway, thanks again to sponsors: Cleveland Systems Engineering, Galaxy Blinds, Ultimate Windows, Cornerstone, Ocean Lighting, Dovecot, Advanced Utility Solutions, GRS Insulation, TGM Cars. Thanks for watching. Up the Borough. Bristol next week, innit? But Total BS podcast tomorrow. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers.